Let's learn about the basics of algebra for this one. So suppose you have an equation like 4x plus 7 equals 5. So whenever we have an equation like this, what we want to do is get the left hand side equal to the right hand side. So what that means is there is a value for x which we can put in, and then the left hand side will be equal to 5. So it can be 1, it can be 2, it can be -1, it can be 0. Whatever value of x it is that we're going to find out, we'll put this whole left hand side to be 5. Now what we want to do in order to solve it is isolate the x. And how do we isolate the x? We get rid of the 7 and 4. So in order to get rid of the 7 and the 4, we do some operations. Now the basic idea is whatever we do on the left hand side has to be done on the right hand side as well. So the first step is we want to get rid of the 7 over here. So in order to get rid of the 7, we can do 4x plus 7 minus 7. So the plus 7 and minus 7 will equal to 0. So since we added -7 on the left hand side, we have to do 5 minus 7. We add a -7 on the right hand side as well. So it turns out to be 4x equals -2. And then in order to isolate the x, we need to get rid of the 4. So how do we do that? We divide by 4. So if we divide by 4, let me change the color over here. We get 2 and 1. So the answer becomes, and we also get rid of the 4 over on this side. So the answer becomes x equals -1 over 2. Now this is the long way of doing it. So basically what we're doing is whatever we do on the left hand side, -7 and divided by 4, we are doing it on the right hand side as well. So the shortcut method of doing that is, let me take another color. Okay, so the way we should think about it is, we suppose we have 4x plus 7 equal 5. Now in order to isolate the x, we want to take 7 on the other side. That's how we're going to think about it. We have to isolate the x, we take 7 on the other side. So when we take 7 on the other side, we have to change the sign of the 7 basically. So over here we have a plus 7, we have to do -7 on the other side. So it becomes 4x equals 5 minus 7. If there was a minus over here, it would be plus 7 over here. And then we get 4x equals to -2. Now since x is multiplied by 4, if we take 4 on the other side, we have to divide it. So it becomes x equals -2 divided by 4. If 4 was divided over here and we took 4 on the other side, then it would be multiplied. So basically whatever it is on the left hand side, we take it on the right hand side, we do the opposite of it. And the reasoning behind it is we're trying to subtract it over here, and we're dividing over here, and we're dividing on the right hand side as well. And for here the answer becomes -1 over 2. So that's how you do basic algebra.